Hello, I'm very excited today to be talking about the flipped classroom. And it's becoming more and more prevalent throughout the United States. It's really popular on the West Coast, and I'm really excited about the implications that it could have in my classroom here. I'm going to go through just a brief explanation of what the flipped classroom is. This infographic that I'm going to show on this first slide is originally from Newton.com flipped classroom. If you'd like to look at the whole thing, we're just going to look at parts of it today. So the flipped classroom, many educators are experimenting with the idea. So what is it and why is everyone talking about it? Basically, the flipped classroom inverts traditional teaching methods by delivering instruction online outside of class and moving the homework into the classroom. So the traditional classroom setup is that the teacher's role is a sage on the stage, meaning the teacher would stand at the front of the room, deliver content and lecture, and then send the kids home with that one-time information, and they'd have to complete homework at home on their own independently. With the flipped classroom model, the teacher's role is more of a guide on the side. So they're still getting direct instruction from the teacher through the lectures at home, much like you're receiving information today via this lecture online. And then the teacher is there in class to help with that homework and help them through the examples that they're learning about. So what a flipped classroom model does. The students would watch the lectures at home at their own pace. They can pause, rewind, fast forward, and then they're communicating sometimes with peers and teachers via online discussions, if possible. We're still kind of working on that aspect here at in Carroll County, but we do have the blog that we can do. It's not live online discussions, but they can ask questions via the blog, and then we can answer them that way, or they can get feedback from their classmates as well. And it does have implications for concept engagement, which will be taking place in the classroom with the help of the instructor instead of having kids feel frustrated at home with the homework. Another great thing is that these recorded lectures can help kids who are absent, and they can watch them at their own pace at home and not miss any instruction. And that's kind of how it started with these two gentlemen teachers in Colorado. I'm just going to skip down a little bit. If you'd like to look at this again, the website was there. Feel free to go back and pause the video and jot that down. Basically, why it's exciting is that students receive instant feedback in class on their homework and the difficult concepts that we're asking them to complete. They don't get as frustrated because at home, they don't have the teacher there to ask questions right away, and if they don't understand something, they're not going to want to work through, the entire worksheet or the whole lesson or whatever, writing the essay or whatever they have to do, and the teacher's right there to help them during class with that independent work. The teachers revisit concepts that students don't understand, so after students watch lessons, they write down any questions that they have. They can bring those to class and get answers either from me, the teacher, or from their fellow classmates. And then the teachers support the students in class. Students who might not have technology or parents to help them outside of school now have teachers guiding them in class. So sometimes when we get to high school, we know, and I have a daughter too, that the concepts in high school are a little advanced, and so we may not remember all the grammar rules from when we went to high school, and it's helpful to have these videos for parents to learn or the kids to learn, and then have the teacher support in class. So I just want to go on and show you what does this look like then in my classroom. This is the first year that I'm trying it, so we're going to start in baby steps. And it's basically going to be on grammar concepts, which I would have to lecture anyway, and writing format instruction. So anything that I would have to stand in front of the room and deliver to them, they will do that via the lecture. And then in class we would practice those grammar concepts, apply them to what we're reading or writing, and then of course write the actual essays in class with my help instead of at home on their own. It would be a 5 to 10 minute video for homework at night. They do need to do WSQ notebook entries, which I'll explain to them in class, but basically they need to watch the video, they need to summarize what they just heard, which is a Common Core curriculum-based skill, and they need to write down some questions that they have at the end of it. While they're watching the video, I will provide them with what I call student success sheets, or SSS. They can either recreate these on their own in their WSQ notebooks, or they can download them and fill them out either online or by hand. It's basically just a notes sheet to make sure that they're gathering the correct information that they need from the videos, and they have the notes in front of them during class when we do the practice. When they come in the next day, there will be warm-up questions based on the video to let me know who's mastering the concept, who actually watched the video and who didn't, and then I can put them into groups based on that information. It'll be instant data. And then of course, we will be doing enrichment, practice, and extension in class. If a lot of kids seem to get the concept, we can move on a little bit and add some more complexity to it. If they need the extra practice with it, we can slow down and back up. I can put them into groups and differentiate. This group can move on, enrichment. This group needs a little extra practice, and that's okay. And then they can kind of master the topic on their own. Why does it benefit students in the classroom? They can learn at their own pace. Students can fast forward, rewind, rewatch. They can look ahead. They can pause. They can even go back before a quiz or a test and review. The information is right there for them. They can complete practice and assignments in class with the teacher support like we talked about. If they are absent or they have an early dismissal, they can still access the information and not get behind. It's right there online. I personally like it because I get immediate feedback on mastery. Again, they're doing those warm-up questions the next day. I can tell who has it and who doesn't. I can look at their WSQ and make sure that they're on the right spot. And then again, like I just said, I can differentiate learning in the classroom based on their ability to answer those warm-up questions. And of course, personally, I'm going out on maternity leave in about a month, and so they can still get direct instruction from me, their actual teacher, as opposed to the sub. Not that she or he is not going to be awesome, but I just feel better leaving my own voice and my own, how I would teach it to them anyway. My own voice is still there with them. So ways to access videos. Some parents are concerned about how they can get their kids to access these at home. Basically, you can access them online through my secure YouTube channel. They can do that from home via an internet access, and I will post the link to my YouTube channel, which is just strictly these instructional videos for kids, on the blog. They can access it from a mobile device with internet access, iPad, iPhone, iPods, all those stuff. And then the Carroll County Public Library also has free internet if you have a library card, so they can go there and watch the videos if they have headphones, and not bother anybody. Another way they can do that if you're unable to access internet from home is that they can watch it here at school. I'm going to post all the videos on the share drive, and also have it on another website, I hope, if I can get the rights through Carroll County Public Schools. They can watch these videos during flex time. They can sign up to go to the library and do that. They can watch them before or after school, or they can go during lunch if they really need to. In extreme cases, they can watch it at the beginning of class, but then of course they'll be a little bit behind in the classwork and they'll be responsible for making that up too. So I wouldn't suggest that, but it's always an option in an extreme case. And then of course the third option would be if I know in advance I can download the videos. They're all saved on my computer. I can put them on a zip drive, a CD. We can put them in iTunes so they can be put on an iPod or an iPad, or you can even burn them a DVD of the videos if they need to. I would like to know a little bit in advance if they'd like to have that option, because it takes a little while for them to download, and I don't want to waste everybody else's class time by doing that. And that's about it. So we'll try it this year and see how it works. I feel like it's going to be very effective. It's going to be a great way to get some information to the kids without having to use class time to do it. We can be more productive in class, really look at those close readings that the Common Core is requiring. So again, if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me at any time. And I hope that it goes well. So let me know what you think. Thanks.